on
I
time.
know.
Just so you know, that's what the gavel sounds like.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this Berkeley County Board of Education meeting this Tuesday, April 22nd, 2025. I call this meeting to order. I declare a quorum is present and the media has been notified. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Made the motion. Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Mr. Baker to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 6-0. I'll now entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the board meeting on April 7th, 2025.
Made the motion.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Ms. Littleton to approve 7th, 2025. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. I'll now entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
Made the motion.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Ms. Littleton to enter into executive session. The stated purpose of executive session is the discussion of employment contracts and/or appointments of administrators as needed, and 2 student expulsion appeals. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 6-0. We're in executive session. I'll now entertain a motion to return to regular session.
Made the motion.
Second.
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Ms. Littleton to return to regular session. Is there any discussion? I'd like to state for the record that no action was taken in executive session. We'll now call the question. All in favor of returning to regular session, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Please now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd now like to welcome to the podium Ms. Katie Tanner for difference makers and special recognitions from Hanahan High School, Stratford High School, and the Governor's Art Contest.
Good evening, Chair Wofford, Superintendent Dixon, members of the board, and everyone who joined us this evening. It is my pleasure to recognize today's difference makers. So first, we have Hanahan High's Hawk's Eye View. For the second year in a row, this media tech program, led by Jerry Hines, has won Best Newscast in the Southeast from the National Academy for Screen Arts and Sciences. NATUS is the same governing entity over the annual Emmy Awards. The recognition that Hanahan High has received is considered to be a student equivalent of an Emmy Award, and submissions are looked over by the same judges. Hines' students from the 23-24 school year won the award for their May 2004 prom episode, which was shot on location during the school's prom and also included feature stories from the week leading up to prom. Congratulations to Hawk's Eye View on this significant achievement back-to-back. Yeah.
Sure, I'm put on the spot here. And I kind of joke that it's the standard for what we do, but what they do, it's amazing, truthfully. The production they do, the time they put in, they're at every event. The kids have a lot of fun with it, and our class sizes can't get big enough. We can't fill the classes. We can't put enough kids in there because there's so many kids that just want to be in that class. But Mr. Hines has done a great job with the program, and our students have a ton of fun and are really, it's a good way to showcase what we do at Hanahan High School in all the events that we do. So thank you, Mr. Hines.
Next up, we have Stratford High's JROTC archery team. Not only did the team place first at the Archery State Championship in the JROTC category, they also won the 4th Brigade Best of the Best competition, which included JROTC archery teams from multiple states. Congratulations to Lieutenant Colonel Retired Blanton, Coach Chris, and these very talented knights. And Coach Chris is going to share some information with us, and I know they have a bow to show y'all also. Coach Chris, you want to come talk a little bit about the team?
Yeah, first sergeant retired Alvy. That's fine. Hey, what a team. We put it together. I think this is the second year doing it. I've been with it 18 months now at Stratford, and we have just excelled in everything we've done here. It is a very expensive sport. Luckily, we have a lot of donors that helps out. Coach David, First Sergeant David Boydson, he can be here tonight. He's retiring after 25 years, so I'm taking the team over from here, and these young men and women put in the work. We practice in the morning before school starts, during lunchtime, after school, and there's never a fuss about it. They just put in the work and have such a great time. And I want to thank Colonel Bland for giving me the opportunity to coach these guys, and Mr. Packett here, trusting with the young men and women. And one thing Mr. Packett always says, all gas, no brakes. That's how we do it.
Picture time.
You want to go up there and get your picture? Yeah.
I'm a short. Take it easy. Take it easy.
All right, so you want to go up one or then?
Yes, some coming back.
Well, while we're getting ready, I'll just say, Colonel Blanton, it's been an honor being back with you. Colonel Blanton is retiring after this year for multiple years of service at Stratford High School. It's been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure. And although it is hard to keep these kids out of the JROTC shooting range during our lunches, we have passes in place so we know where they are. It's been a real pleasure and an honor to serve as principal with you. Thank you so much.
And last this evening, but certainly not least, we have Philip Simmons Middle 5th grader Nina Nazarov. Nina was the state winner of this year's Governor's Art Contest on litter prevention. This is an annual litter awareness art competition for all South Carolina students in grades kindergarten through 5th grade. Students are challenged to create a masterpiece that illustrates the theme, Litter Trashes Everyone. Winners are selected by the state's anti-litter organization, Palmetto Pride. Nina was encouraged by her science teacher, Sherry Champ, to submit her artwork in the contest and was recognized at the State House on March 27th. Congratulations to Nina.
Nina doesn't want to say it. But I want to point out that this is our 9th year at Philip Simmons Middle School, and Nina is the first student that has been recognized as a difference maker by Berkeley County School District. So she's making history in so many ways for us, and we're really proud of her.
Congratulations to our difference makers, and that concludes tonight's portion of the meeting.
I tweaked my knee bowling.
Thank you so much to everyone for coming tonight. Always exciting to recognize the amazing things that are going on in Berkeley County School District. Next up is Agenda Item 5A, Citizen Comments. There are no citizen comments registered prior to the meeting, so we'll move on to Agenda Item 6A, Superintendent's Report.
Thank you. I was given a time limit, so I'm going to work on that. But since we had no citizens' comments, I can take an extra minute. Good evening, Chair, members of the board, and our Berkeley County community. I'm honored to share some outstanding news from our district, across our district. First, I want to congratulations to the 7 middle schools and 5 high schools that participated in the SCMEA Concert Performance Assessment. These groups were evaluated on both their performances and sight reading skills, and each of our schools represented Berkeley County School District with excellence and professionalism. Additionally, 6 of our schools also participated in the SCMEA Jazz Performance Assessment, delivering equally impressive results, and we are proud of the talent and dedication of our music educators and students. There is a Berkeley County Jazz Performance Assessment this Saturday if you all would like to hear some really good jazz music from students across our county. On April 10th at Westview Middle, we experienced a truly moving event. 29 students were recognized at the Turnaround Achievement Awards ceremony. These students have overcome tremendous personal and academic challenges and made the powerful decision to change the trajectory of their lives. Witnessing their stories and the tears of joy shared with families and school staff remind us of why we do this work. We also celebrate an incredible milestone in athletics. We had a parade yesterday, but Berkeley High School's girls basketball coach, Crystal Peace, has been named the Girls Basketball Coach of the Year by the South Carolina Athletic Coaches Association. After leading the Lady Stags to their first ever state championship, Coach Peace is more than deserving of this honor. Congratulations to her and her. Today, students in our mentoring program from Berkeley Alternative School, Berkeley High School, Cross High School, Goose Creek High School, and Hanahan High School proudly donated $2,000 to the Ronald McDonald House. These students were selected for the program as a positive intervention while on school probation with the goal of inspiring them to make a positive difference in a cause bigger than themselves. Under the guidance of Ms. Patricia Hill, Counseling Service Support Liaison, and school-based advisors, students participated in sessions focused on self-growth, philanthropy, and social awareness. After researching various nonprofits, they collectively chose Ronald McDonald House for its mission of supporting families and hospitalized children. Each school led creative fundraisers, and today they had a check presentation to the Ronald McDonald House at the Fishburne Educational Center. And so we thank our Office of Student and Family Support. We thank our principals, assistant principals, school counselors, and career specialists for their support. We're excited to expand this impactful initiative in the 25-26 school year. We're delighted to have our 2024 District Teacher of the Year, Ms. Rebecca Krosky, with us tonight. Thank you for your continued service and leadership in the classroom. We look forward to announcing our 2025 Teacher of the Year on Friday, April 25th. I want to remind everyone to attend our Family Engagement Summit on Saturday, April 26th, a day full of connection and collaboration between families and schools. And finally, on Sunday, April 27th, we will celebrate more than 60 student athletes at our district signing day at Cane Bay High School. Congratulations in advance to these exceptional students and the schools and families who have supported them on their journeys. Parents and guardians, please make a note that the returning student update for Berkeley County School District will be available to parents and guardians of returning students beginning April 24th at 10 a.m. This is a mandatory process. It allows families to update transportation methods. I would say that another time. And sign the bus transportation agreement. Verify and update parent emergency contact. Update your proof of residencies for your schools in your school zones. And complete annual forms and policies, including technology agreements and media release forms. So starting April 24th at 10 a.m., please, all families, this is a mandatory process to do the returning student update on the Power School Parent Portal. As always, teaching and learning remain our top priority, and we're committed to building a climate where every student thrives, and we're proud of the continuing progress we're making together in Berkeley County. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon. We'll now move on to agenda item 7A. Action is required from executive session. Ms. Littleton, I'll start with you.
Madam Chair, I move to accept the personal recommendations of the administration as discussed in executive session for the current school year.
Second.
There's a motion by Ms. Littleton, a second by Ms. Davenport. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0. I'll now entertain motions for the student expulsion appeals. I'll now hear a motion for student number 1.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we uphold the district's recommendation.
Deny the appeal.
Second.
All right, there is a motion to deny the appeal by Ms. Coates, a second by Ms. Davenport. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.
Nay.
The ayes have it, 6-1. Now entertain a motion for student number 2
Madam Chair, I move to uphold the expulsion of student number 2
and deny the appeal.
and deny the appeal.
There's a motion
Second.
by Ms. Davenport, a second by Ms. Coates to deny the appeal. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0. Now we'll move on to agenda item 8A, temporary committee assignments. If a quorum for a committee is not present, it's the Academics and Innovation Committee. There is no quorum present, so I'll serve with you, Ms. Littleton, because I have all the information. So we'll now recess for the Academics and Innovation Committee.
I'm calling the Committee on Academics and Innovation to order. I declare there's a quorum of committee members present, and note that the media has been given proper notice pursuant to the Freedom of Information Act. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Ms. Chair.
Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, please acknowledge by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion's passed 3-0. The only item on the agenda is strategic and school renewal plans. Dr. Gilman, you're recognized.
Thank you. Good evening, Committee Chair Littleton, Board Chair Walford, Dr. Dixon, and board members. During the April 7th school board meeting, information regarding the annual draft updates of this district and school renewal plans was shared with you. The South Carolina Department of Education requires districts to submit updates by April 30th of each year. This evening, we are requesting approval of the 2025-26 strategic and school renewal plans. Once approved, we will begin submitting all plans to the State Department of Education during the week of April 28th.
Thank you. What's the pleasure of the committee?
I move that we accept the report that was given.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion, respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. It passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gilman.
Thank you.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the committee.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion's approved 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Littleton. We'll now move to the committee reports. First is the Committee on Academics and Innovation. Chair Kathy Littleton, you're recognized.
Madam Chair, the Committee on Academics and Innovation met on April 7, 2025. On recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the Head Start Budget Expenditure Report for February, Head Start Credit Report for February 2025-2026, BCSD Head Start Calendar, and 2025-2026 DD4 Head Start Calendar.
We have a recommendation from the committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Also on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the first reading of the school-selected textbooks, which are supported by South Carolina Department of Education.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion?
I got an, an email about this that Ms. Crowley sent me this afternoon, so I'll forward it to the teacher that asked the question. So it was a very good explanation. I won't even try to reiterate what she said, so I'll forward that to the teacher.
What was the nature of the question?
I think basically the one that was recommended did not meet the standards, so they went with iReady, which was the second one. There was another program Ms. Crowley, would you like to speak to that?
Yeah, just put it on the record.
Yeah, and sorry to hijack it. I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but your explanation was great earlier. I didn't even want to try to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So the teachers had selected Eureka Math as the textbook selection. When we reviewed Eureka Math and the alignment to the standards, there were several standards that were not included in that textbook. The math manipulatives are also not supported by the State Department. So if we adopt Eureka Math as a district, we will have to purchase those math manipulatives. With the current amount of students that we had would cost the district over $400,000. So based on being fiscally responsible as well as the alignment to the new math standards, we felt that iReady was the better choice for the district.
Yeah, so she said 19 standards were not found to be fully addressed or missing entirely, and then the scope and sequence required significant alteration, adding 25 to 30 instructional days. So,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that very thorough
Yes, sir.
explanation.
Thank you.
Any further discussion about the textbooks? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
I'm sorry. Also on recommendation of the committee from the meeting earlier this evening, I move to approve the 2025-2026 District Strategic and School Renewal Plan drafts as submitted by administration.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? I know that we're running through this quickly, but these school renewal plans and all of these draft strategic plans, this is hours upon hours upon hours of time. Our school improvement councils, our principals, folks from the district office. I know it's going to go by in 2 minutes and we're going to vote for it, but I just want to acknowledge the tremendous amount of work to line these plans up with the vision Dr. Dixon has set for the district. And acknowledge all the folks who are on school improvement plan committees and everyone who participated in this process. It is extensive, and as soon as we finish today, we'll start again, because it takes us almost 12 months to do the work that it takes to keep this up to date. So Dr. Elman and everyone on the staff from the district office, I really appreciate it. I just have to sign my name to it, and that takes plenty of time by itself. So thank you for the very hard work on these school renewal plans. It's important that we line up with the vision of the district. So hearing nothing further, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Before I conclude my report, I want to thank the teachers as well and all the staff that went into reviewing all the math information. And I know it's difficult when you put time, effort into doing something and the result is not what you want. But I trust that this is the right move at this time. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Littleton. Next is the Committee on Finance and Human Resources. Chairman Michael Ramsey, you're recognized.
Madam Chairwoman, the Committee on Finance and Human Resources met on April the 7th, 2025, and on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve out-of-state travel as presented.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Also, on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award of RFP number 722 for band uniforms to Stanbury Uniforms, LLC, for an additional one-year term valued at $191,370, with the option to renew for 4 additional one-year terms for a potential contract value of $955,000. At the end of 5-year contract term, the superintendent may extend this contract for an additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Also, on recommendation of committee, I move to approve the award of RFP number 727 for insurance brokerage services to Arthur J. Gallagher, RMS, LLC, for initial one-year term valued at $65,000, with the option to renew for 4 additional one-year terms for potential contract value of $325,000. At the end of the 5-year contract term, the superintendent may extend this contract for additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? I'm sorry, I'm going to put procurement on the spot somewhere. Can you tell me what kind of brokerage services Arthur J. Gallagher RMS is going to provide for us? And I know I was absent last meeting, so I apologize if you're repeating yourself.
Arthur J. They're the incumbent. They are the insurance broker that we've been working with. And basically, they go out there and they do the risk retention analysis reports. They analyze policies. When our policies come up for renewal, they help us do the market analysis to make sure that we're getting the best policy for our money and the coverage that we need. They provide risk management consulting, cyber risk analysis, and several other software applications that provide best practices in management of policies and claims. We also use them for claims advocacy, training resources, and annual claims analysis.
Thank you very much. Is there any other questions or further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Also, a recommendation of committee, I move to approve the award of RFP number 728 for employee benefit services to First Financial Administrators, Inc., for initial one-year term at no cost to the district, with the option to renew for 4 additional one-year terms at no cost to the district. At the end of the 5-year term, the superintendent may extend this $0 contract for additional 2 years.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion?
I have one question, Ms. Abramson. What's the difference between the insurance brokerage services and the employee benefit services? I understand enrollment part, but what's the gist of the differences between these two companies?
Okay.
What are we getting that's different from one than the other?
The insurance brokerage services are the insurance, they provide those services that I mentioned with Ms. Walford's question to when we purchase our insurance policies, like our vehicle insurance, our property insurance, crime.
Versus employee.
Versus the benefit enrollment piece is our employees. Every October, we have open enrollment, and they can go, employees meet with the consultants and the benefits enrollment, and they go over what their existing policies and plans are that they've their elections for their benefits. So if they want short-term disability, long-term disability, cancer policies, there's a litany of things that they can choose from. So they meet with employees and do the benefit enrollment and fill out all the paperwork so that it can be submitted through HR, because we don't have the staffing to meet and consult with every employee. So they come in and set up, they work the whole month of October, and then they help us with our monthly reporting as well for our benefits to make sure that we're deducting the right amounts.
So going back to the insurance brokerage services, have we noticed a difference in what we've been getting compared to what they will offer? And I'm going backwards, I'm sorry. I just realized that we're covering equipment, facilities, those types of things versus the employee benefit. I got that. There's no cost for that. However, don't we have legal counsel for some of that, or it doesn't cover that particular?
It's totally, they're totally unrelated. Insurance brokerage services are for our insurance policies,
right,
just like you have your personal vehicle policy,
okay,
your personal home insurance, property insurance, all of that. They help us go out because we're a large entity. They help us go out, and then we have some nuanced policies that we have to have for crime and those kind of things. And we have to go out and we test the market. And they go out there and do all that legwork for us and show us our options, and then we make the selection on which option provides the coverage that we want at the cost that fits within our budget. The benefits administration piece is completely separate. It's optional things that employees, it's a benefit we offer to our employees so that they can get the insurance policies and coverages that they need over and above the PIBA health insurance that's offered to them. There's cancer policies, we even offer pet insurance at this point. And as far as the benefit that we're getting, the brokerage, the benefit for the benefits administration is it's allowing us to meet with each employee to let them know what benefits are available to them, and it expedites the processing of those benefits and then gives us a check and balance to make sure that we're deducting the proper amount from their paychecks. Because if we had to staff that internally, I mean, we'd have to have, it would cost us a lot of money.
I understand what you're saying about the employee benefit enrollment services. Got that part. But my concern still goes back, and again, we have passed that, the insurance brokerage services that we are paying for. Is there no one on staff that reviews policies for equipment and facilities? I guess that's my basic question. No one in capital planning?
Our employees sit in on the process.
Okay.
However, the brokers actually go out there and search the policy marketplace for us. They listen to us and those staff members and what our needs are, and then they go out and help us find the policies that fit those needs and fit within our budget. They're the experts in those fields, and they can recommend when we have coverage that we may not need, that we put in place, or vice versa. They may see a lapse where we may need coverage and we're not protected, and they may suggest that we purchase additional insurance for that protection. And then we'll take all that under consideration and make a decision.
Okay, I guess my final comment would be something that everyone's familiar with. Back some time ago, we had that issue where we had coverage on things that we actually didn't have during a previous administration. So I'm just concerned I don't want it to happen again with us, me.
That is part of why we have the brokerage services, and we compete it now. The previous administration did not compete these services, and we are competing these services.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
All right. And no further discussion. I'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Also, in recommendation of committee, I move to approve the second reading of policy JDE, student expulsions, as presented.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0.
Madam Chairwoman, that concludes my report.
Next is the Committee on Capital Planning. Chairman Joe Baker, you're recognized.
Madam Chairwoman, the Committee on Capital Planning met on April 7th, 2025. And on recommendation of the committee, I move to approve the award of RFQ 716-24-25 HVAC consultant for H.E. Bonner Elementary and Boulder Bluff Elementary School projects to DWG Incorporated Consulting Engineers for a project total of $482,406, with $273,003 allotted to H.E. Bonner Elementary School and $209,403 allotted to Boulder Bluff Elementary School.
We have a recommendation from committee. No second is required. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Madam Chairwoman, that concludes my report. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second?
There's a motion by Mr. Ramsey, a second by Ms. Littleton to adjourn. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll call the question. All in favor, please respond by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, 7-0. We are adjourned.